What do you do if your manufacturing cost is really high? What do you do if the cost to manufacture your product is really high? What are the things that you can do to reduce the cost of manufacturing and get your product in the market? Suppose if your prototype is really expensive, and after that when you try to create your product it becomes really expensive to create it. What are the things you can do? Welcome to TopEvt, the best place for you to grow your business and improve your life to become the top achiever that you want to be. This is me, Jamie. Now this is a place I come to relax at sometimes when today I was actually trying to design the product. I'm actually working on a new product design, and I actually hit a snag, and I was actually thinking I had a mental block there. So what I did is I thought I'll just come to this place. I go out for a drive when that happens. So after lunch I've taken the drive and I'm actually at this place. So I just thought I'll record this video here itself because I've been pressed for time in the past few days. It has been really hard to dedicate some time for recording my videos because, as you know, business comes first and it actually requires a lot of attention from me from the past few days since I've undertaken a new product venture. Anyways, answering your question, what are the things you can do when you have to manufacture something and the manufacturing cost is really high? Well, there are a couple of things you can do. You can actually try to get the product outsourced, but not the entire product. That can actually cause a lot of problems if you try to give manufacturing to China or those kind of places. It will be cheaper, but there is a chance that they will create knockoffs of your own product, or there is a chance that your product design can be stolen. So better than that, what I would suggest is getting your product partially manufactured outside. So what you could do is maybe create something like a 15 or 20%. Suppose if you can get your power supply or some of the other things that can be really costly to manufacture on yourself, but if you get that power supply manufacturing outsourced, that could be cheaper. So that is one of the options you can have. Try to see if there is a way to actually create the product at a lower cost. At many times people think that, okay, I have to maintain the highest quality. Of course you have to maintain the highest quality, but high quality doesn't mean high cost. There are ways around it. Many times what happens is manufacturing your product, it might be really labor intensive. So are there any machines you could get to reduce the cost that way? These are some of the things which you can do, but it depends on the product, it depends on the scenario, but it all will come to play. What you have to do is try to find an innovative way out of it. Where there is a will, there is a way, and that's what happens in product design also. If you have any kind of trouble, you have to find a way out of it. If you're determined to find a way out of it, you will be able to find a way out of it. I hope that answers your question. What if your budget is really low and you can't even do that? Then what are the things you could do to get around this? In that case, what you can do is you can actually give your product totally to be manufactured outside, but it comes with a risk. Your product can be stolen, any of the things can happen. One way around it is you can get the company that you're making the products, that is going to manufacture your products and you're going to be selling under your label. That company can sign an NDA, that is non-disclosure agreement, and you can get, somehow you will be able to get a little respite on this. But that is not foolproof. There are still ways around the NDA. What will happen is the company, if they find that it is a really profitable venture, they will start manufacturing it and they will sell it under their own label. Meanwhile, you will be fighting in the courts and they'll actually be making profits. By the time the court proceedings finish, you might have 6 or 8 months down the line, and by that time your competitors and everyone will be on the bandwagon and you will be left behind. So in these things, their time is really of the essence. So you have to be really careful what you do, and your initial product designs, you have to be really careful. Another thing that some of you might be doubting is, should you actually make your product designs yourself, or is it okay to give the product designs to be made outside, that is 3D models of the products and all of those things. 3D modeling is really good, and you can actually do 3D prints of the initial the prototypes in many cases, and that's actually good. But for that you have to get a 3D model created, and hiring a 3D model expert will be really expensive at your office. So is it okay to give that outside? What I would suggest is the design phase, keep it in your office. Don't let your designs go outside the office. There could be a lot of leaks, and it could just create a lot of problems. Don't let that happen. When I'm doing this new product design that I've told you about, I'm actually getting that design totally through myself. Even the 3D modeling has been done at my office itself, and the designs actually I am very controlling in that manner. I actually am designing the product myself. There is no other person who is in on the entire details of the product. So I am actually designing the entire product and creating the entire product. I hope that this does answer your question. I actually come to this place and it's really good to relax, but today there's a lot of traffic here, and not just traffic, I'm actually having a slight rain, which is weird because there is still, as you can see, there is sunlight and rain at the same time, so it's really weird. Anyways, that's our climate. If you have any comments or suggestions, leave them in the comments below. If you have any topic requests, leave them in the comments below as well. Like, share, subscribe. This has been Jamie for TopEvt. I'll see you in the next video.